Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's weekly forecast. My name is Vicki Haspels, and I'm the travelling tarot teacher. Thanks for joining me. As you can see, I have my travelling flannelette shirt on and my camp hair, so I'm feeling fabulous tonight. It's very cold where I am. It's probably like about 8 degrees right now, but nice and snug inside my van. I'm at Point Germain in South Australia, coming to you live from there. Live from in the van, and so now we are going to do some live readings. I can see some of you have jumped on for some live readings. Let's see, Katie B says hello, and Amy says hello. Let's get to doing some, and then Gail says hello. So let's do some readings, and I will also share with you the jump the queue thing if you want to come and join me online. Who wants to do it? There we go. You just copy and paste that. It's in the comments. You can copy and paste that into your browser. I use Chrome and it makes it easy. All right, so let's get started. We have Katie P. Welcome, welcome. So, Katie, I'm going to pull you a card. I'm going to get this energy, getting the energy working, get that nice and warmth happening. Let's get some stuff started here. We got the 8 of Wands. This has turned up a couple of times today with readings and with people. Okay, so let's have a look. 8 of Wands, and Katie, let's just check that 8 of Wands represents freedom, freedom of thought, freedom of movement, like free to just be. And I think that for you, Katie, my feeling for you, Katie, is that it's not so much that you have that, it's something that you want for yourself. It's something that you're aiming for. You're looking for that personal freedom. You want to just be you. And there are some things in the way at the moment that are preventing you from doing that. But can I say to you, Katie, that if you know what that feeling is, then you know how to go about to achieve it. And so that this means that you're on your way. If you didn't understand what personal freedom meant, if you didn't know what that felt like, then you would have no idea what I'm talking about. And you know that that's what you're striving for. So you've already felt it once before. So that tells me that you're going to achieve it. Now, I see that Suze Jane is on, but she hasn't connected her device just yet. So I'll just let that there. Now let's have a look at Amy. Hello, Amy. Welcome, welcome. I saw you jumped on now. Earlier today, I experimented with a bit of a magazine style show, which is not going to be anything like what I did this afternoon, but I had a bit of a go to see whether that worked. I saw you on there, Amy. Thanks for jumping on and having a look at that. So I'm going to do 2 shows a week, and one of those is going to be like a bit of a magazine style based on my newsletter, and we'll just talk all things spiritual. It will be a pre-recorded show, so there won't be any readings. Come and see me on a Sunday at 8:30. Now, this is for you, Amy. Let's stop talking and start talking. We got this card here. It did turn up. I don't normally do upside down. I don't normally do reverse, but I'm going to do it this time because it came through that way. So, Amy, a little bit, we've got the Emperor card here. He represents stability, and he also represents like a bit of structure. So, and sometimes a little bit too structured, like that sort of father figure, wait till your father gets home sort of feel. So you're also doing the breakout. That means that you are working out that you don't need to have that structure around you anymore. Amy, you like structure though, so it's like a bit of a war inside of you right now, working out what that means to sort of break out and how that's going to work for you. But again, I get this really good feeling that that's what you are going to do. I can already feel that shift and change, and you're going to work it out. That's going to work out just for you. It doesn't have to be what you think it's going to look like. You will work out what that means for you to be unstructured or a little bit freer in your thinking and your way of being. Like, it's one of those things where we stop, that voice in our head that says, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. Well, and whoever represents that voice in your head, that's what you're learning to shut down. So thanks for joining, Amy. We've got Gail. Gail's jumped on to say hello, and I'll keep coming on. Please come and talk to me. Jump the queue. I love it when, where is it? My V. There we go. Yeah, come and talk to me. I love doing face-to-face readings because you're more energy. So this is for Gail. I use Chrome, copy and paste in your browser. So this is for you, Gail. Here, there is restless energy around you. So this very much getting revved up. But there's not a lot of information coming through right now, but there's a lot of push to move forward. So all you can do, all that you are able to do at the moment is work out one thing, then work out the next thing, and work out the next thing. Knowing what your complete future is right now, this card is not going to allow you to reach into that. What am I aiming for? But however, because it is a beautiful Page of Wands card, you are heading for a really strong, okay, the word just escaped me. Like it's a nice ending. It's a nice place to land. This card represents like moving forward, energy, creativity, moving forward, just making things happen. So where things have been stuck, you can get freed up. Okay. Oh, we have some people jumping on board. Woo-hoo. They get jumped the queue. So we've got Carrie. I'm going to bring you on board, Carrie. I can see you there, Danielle. I'll bring you on next. But we'll do Carrie first. Hi, Carrie. How are you?
Hi, Vicki. Good. How are you?
Well, thanks. How can I help you tonight? What do you have a question for me?
Yeah, well, I'd love some guidance around career, please.
Okay, well, first of all, this card, as I'm talking to you, shuffling, this card jumped out. So this is about sorting, too many things are on your mind about which direction to head in to start off with. You've already overwhelmed yourself. And that's because you've got lots of skills. That's all that means. It doesn't mean to say that there's anything wrong with that. It's just that there's so many different directions that you could go in that it's making your mind, it's blowing your mind. But I'm going to tune into your energy before I pull a card. I just love the idea of you just breaking away and doing something completely different. Does that like that? I really feel like that. Like I want to run away somewhere. I want to just be something completely other than what I'm doing right now. Doesn't mean to say that you can't come back to what you're doing or to do, the skills that you have, but it's almost like you want to completely leave yourself behind. Does that make sense to you, Carrie?
Yeah, it sure does.
Yes, I can feel it. It's like I want to run away to a desert island or something like that. I know that sounds really odd, right? But it's just this real. So in your energy, it doesn't mean to say that you have to abandon everything and run away to something. All it means is that I'm going to just go with that 10 of Wands card there. It's because you have so many options, finding the right one for you, or, sorting through what it is that you the direction that you'd like to head in is, as I said, it's just blowing your mind. The freedom, the freedom of choice that I feel in your energy, that's what I would be looking to fit into me. You don't have to go and do something new. You can do what you're already doing, and I feel that you will do that because you don't have to go and learn something new, but you can do something that you already do. You're just going to fit it into the freedom that you're searching for at the moment. And no more, it seems to be a bit of a theme tonight, no more boxing ourselves in, right? It's about opening up and being free. I don't know if you guys, you'll have to go and have a look at the weekly forecast. There is like a little video that I did at 6 o'clock, but you can also check out on my YouTube. It is a cracker this week, the weekly forecast. It is breaking free. It is actually, just things. So how's that for a bit of operism there? So anyway, Carrie, you are going to you don't have to do anything new. You're just going to head for something that you can do, but it's also going to give you the freedom that you desire. So perhaps you can do something that's not as confining, if that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks so much, Vicki.
Okay. No worries. Thanks for joining me. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, Danielle, I'm going to bring you on board. Woohoo! Hello, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. I mainly just wanted to come and say hello, Vicki, because I haven't seen
Oh,
you.
hi. I know, I haven't seen you for ages. You should come and do Thursday meditation with me.
I
Yes.
should. I should.
Yes. Yes, you
Yes,
should.
I will.
So would you like me to pull a card for you?
Yes, please.
Okay. Can I just say you're looking good? All
Thank
right.
you.
So this for you. You're good. You have a glow. Okay. So this is for you. Just first, I'm going to tune into your energy, and I really like you. There's a lot of you've done a lot of shedding. Does that make sense? Like there's a lot of things gone that's from around you, right? Shed. So there is a sense of lightness around you, there's hence the glow, but also too there's this sense like a peace that goes with it. So all the things perhaps that you've been carrying around with you that you thought were your responsibility, it feels like they've just all gone. They're all gone. So let's have a look at this. So this has opened up your choices. This means you can follow what you love to do. The Seven of Cups represents the fact that you actually do have options, you do have choices, and you can pick and choose something that you love. You don't have to struggle to work out what it is that you want to do. They're all just laid out in front of you. So you can take your time and you can try the whole lot of them if you want to. It's a really enjoyable time for you. So I'd be going for that. That sounds really nice, really lovely.
Thank you.
So no worries.
It's funny because my question was going to be, do you think I can have all the things? And then I thought, that's a weird question. It won't make any sense. But now that I've heard the answer, it makes perfect sense.
You can have all the things. And you know what? I think it's because you've shed a lot of things, you can enjoy them now, right? You can appreciate that they are fun things to do.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
No
you,
worries.
Vicki.
Bye. Okay, I'm going to bring Gail on. Hello. You come on board to talk to me. Hello. So, Gail, do you have a question for me?
Only a couple hundred. Yeah. As usual, I need Samantha to get me on here. So I'm hopeless with technology. Suppose probably a card for the week, but I'm also, I suppose, needing reassurance that I'm heading in the right direction for myself, not for my kids, but for me.
No. Yes. Did you see the card I pulled for you earlier? I saw you jumped on there, right?
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, you had the Page of Wands. So I'm going to pull again. Here's now the Queen of Wands, right? So the Page of Wands, as I said before, was about moving forward, all the obstacles. It's not so much that you have to move the obstacles out the way. It's just that you can't know what your future is. It's about just doing what's in front of you a bit at a time. The Page of Wands won't allow you to see what the big picture is, but it will give you enough energy to deal with what's in front of you. And it's a very forward-moving card, right? So that means that good things that are at the end. If you put when you put the effort in and do those and follow the bouncing ball, but the Queen of Wands is where you want to be. Creative, sassy, speak your mind, and enough energy to do what you want. She's boss, right? So she knows how to speak her mind, and she doesn't mind going after what she wants. So she's good. You're fine. Just follow that one thing at a time.
I'm not used to being selfish. Well, you wouldn't say it as selfish, but I kind of think, is that doing something for me for a change?
Yeah, and it takes practice. Yeah.
Now realising that they have to be first at this time of my life.
Yeah, it takes practice.
So it's about self-love, self-happiness, and not to overextend yourself to others, if you know what I mean, because not everyone's going to appreciate what you give them. So you've got to make sure you yourself first.
Just use your intuition to decide where you want to put your energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm moving for. I feel that I will be heading in the right direction, as well as my clairvoyancy. That's been a little bit on the back burner, but I'm really can't wait to move forward and in a big way. So I'm going to be aiming high, not low, because I'll know I'll get there in the end. A card, please, for. Well, I feel terrible asking, but.
Well, I was going to say.
Necklace feels at the moment.
Well, can I do that as a separate thing later? Because one card at a time, I've got other people waiting. So, but message me. I'll do that for you, no problem.
No problem. All right. See you, honey.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, Kerry, hello. How are you?
Hi, Vicky. I'm
Good to see
fine,
you
thanks.
again.
Myself? Yeah.
I'm well, thanks. Do you have a question for me?
That's
Is it
good.
about work?
Yes, please.
I was thinking about you today. I thought, I wonder if Kerry's going to come on and ask me about work today. So let's see. Can I ask, do you mind if I ask you, Kerry, what is it about work that is troubling? What troubles you about work?
I'm thinking about making a change and cutting hours back, and I'm just wondering if it'll work out okay.
Okay. Let's see the energy around cutting hours for you and how that's going to work for you. How does that sound?
That
Look at
sounds
this,
good,
straight
Vicky.
up. Freedom card, straight away, right? It's going to give you more energy, but also creative energy. So it's going to free up your mind to allow you to like work out what you like to do with your spare time or with the rest of your life, right? So it's a very positive, it would be a very positive move when you decide to shut those hours down. But I'm going to pull one other card because it was always about the money, right? How am I going to cope with
Yes,
that lifestyle? And is my lifestyle going to be the same? How about that? Let's see.
sounds good.
Yeah, let's get into that zone. All right. Kerry's lifestyle. One card. Oh, look at that. You're actually going to have a really good way of life. We've got the strong card here. So you know what is going to come back to you or come to you is your physical health. So your
Good.
quality of life, yes, your quality of life will improve simply because your physicality will improve. And I'm wondering whether perhaps work at the moment is draining physicality. And so therefore it's very difficult to see the future or to have any faith in the future. And we can sort of get caught into that little hamster wheel way of
Yes.
life. And so it's really difficult to have the faith to make that leap. So once you make that leap, it's going to free up your mind and your body's going to thank you for it. So it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Yeah.
It's going to be very soon.
Yes. I agree. I think it really will. I think that you've been thinking about it long enough. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Vicky.
Thank you for joining me.
Bye.
See you.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay. Have Angela. Hello. Here you are. There you are. Angela, hello.
Vicky,
Welcome. How are you?
I'm good,
I'm well,
thank
thank you. Do you have a question for me?
Yes, I was just wondering, am I ready to come into my gifts?
So let me have a look. Are you talking about psychic gifts, psychic skills and that awareness?
Yeah, that's correct.
So do you know, as soon as you said I'm ready to come into it, it's just a matter of it's already there. It's surrendering to it, right? It's not something that just arrives and turns up. It's about you surrendering
That's what I need to
control
do.
and allowing
Yes.
that. Yes, yeah. So again, it's your mind, right? But I want to look into your energy. That's what I do. That's one of my favorite things to do is to work with people who are at that point and to take control of that part of their lives. Let's see. So there's still a little bit of your mind is a little bit in the past, but that's letting go of old ways of thinking, old ways of being. You're the only thing that I see you struggling with, and again, it's a mindset, and not necessarily not just a mindset. That I'll let that open up. But what I'm seeing is that you are trying to fit what you think it should be, what you are and what you think it should be. That's where the difficulty is lying with you. So what you think a psychic or a spiritual life and walking that awareness life looks like, you think looks like this, and so therefore you must mold yourself into this rather than allowing it to just develop and be as it is. Can you, oh, here we go. There's your people. They're here, right? So I was going to say, I'm going to say this to you. That's why they came in so strong, just to amplify this message, is that your way of doing things is your way. And so therefore, when you do it your way, it comes through so strong that the messages that are being delivered cannot be denied. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So
yes.
you lead your way. You might have read a lot of books and done a lot of courses and things like that and listened to a lot of people. However, that's their way. You're now being comfortable with your way. And I really think that you're ready for it. There is just still one, like a few little past things that you're tied to. And it could be things like religion or whatever it is, that sometimes we think about. A little bit of, like, it's not an obligation, it's not a fear, it is just you're figuring it out. Okay, can I be this and this? And so, can I be a work in a job and also be this person over here? Can I just say yes, you can? Now, I've had many jobs and worked as a psychic, so it's fine. And yet to walk that path as well as live a life is the best feeling in the whole world. So be. And if you want to discover what it is that you do or how to integrate into every part of your life, just all you need to do is experiment with it. Give it a go.
Yes,
The best
I have
you
done readings for friends, and they're spun out by how accurate I am, and I actually surprise myself too. I find that I have a lot of self-doubt, and I'm a control freak, so it's learning to let go and just let the gifts flow in, and not be afraid.
You've just frozen. Sorry, that's probably my internet. Oh, there you are. So let's have a look at all psychics are control freaks, right? Simply because we can feel things before they happen, and then we make it up in our heads. Sometimes we interpret it in completely the wrong way. Sometimes we get it right, sometimes, but because our energy is way out there, we're reading everything, and so therefore we pick up everything. We're not taking it on, it just triggers us. So that's never going to change. You're always going to be trying to control it. It's just that being not afraid of it, and it doesn't have to mean anything, just let it be. If you take charge of it, it's not in charge of you. I mean, I could talk about this to you all night. You are fine. Can I just say that to you? You're absolutely fine. It's already there. It's about just being okay with it and not trying to fit yourself into a particular box. Yeah.
Okay.
You make up your own way of doing things, and then when you do that, you come through nice and strong. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. But if you want to come and
Thank you
see
so
me,
much.
we can do some work together. Absolutely. See you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I'm going to bring on Shell. Shell's coming on board now. Hi, Shell. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How can I help you tonight?
I guess the question I was been wondering lately is, what is it that my guides or the universe need me to know in my current life at the moment, this point in time?
What if they need you to know to follow your own intuition?
To follow my own
intuition? Yes. I'm sorry. What if they ask?
They probably do.
Yes. Can I say, like, there are certain milestones in our life, right? So we become aware of the energy, we start following the energy, we start exploring the external aspect of that, because we are taught that God is out there, spirit is out there, everything is out there. Our guides tell us, blah blah blah, because that's the easiest way to integrate it, because that's what it feels like. But eventually, we understand that our guidance and the spirit world and energy amplify our intuition. They don't tell us what to do. Does that make sense?
Correct. Yes.
However,
that does make sense.
having said that, I'm going to have a look and see what you're trying to tell yourself and what your guides are trying to amplify. How does that sound? That gives you more power, right?
Yes.
And that's what I think that's what you're probably needing right now, is that you feel good about the choices that you're making. So let's have a look. Oh, as soon as I hit your heart, right, there's a lot of tears there. There's a lot of sadness and letting go of old hurts, past hurts, right? So by surrendering to that grief, that'll move on. Sometimes, like, by letting go and allowing that energy to come in, requires us to delve into that and let go of that. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Once we're past that, we can then move forward. But because it's an unknown thing, and it's a known thing. Sorry, it requires courage to step into it. Can I say that either with help or through your own courage, that you allow yourself to just sit in the grief or to sit in that sadness. You don't have to work it out. You don't have to heal it. You don't have to give it a name. You don't have to say this, or this. You don't have to release it or anything like that. You just sit with it, and it will eventually move on, because you'll start to be accustomed to it. And that grief will then no longer be triggering you. And then you'll be able to tap into your own wisdom. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Because that's something that I've been doing, but I find that it keeps coming back again, and then I've got to face it again, and then
Yeah, and that takes courage, right? To sit in our tragedy, in our trauma, to sit in our grief. And that stuff comes up all the time. I still get triggered by things, so it doesn't ever go away. And I'm not perfect. I'm not sitting here saying I'm the best of everything or anything like that, but I've done a lot of work on my trauma. My trauma still comes up and bites me in the ass, right? So I'm going to pull a card for you, Shell. Here's this. Let's see. This is what your guides want you to know. How's that?
Okay.
Sounds good. Oh, look at this. It's about connecting with people who love and support you.
Yeah.
It's about that coming together, communing with people who love and support you. They're the ones. So they're the ones you give your attention to. How does that sound?
Yes. That sounds resonate with that 100%.
No worries. Well, thank you for joining me. Goodbye. Good luck
Vicki.
with everything. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. So I'm going to bring Sarah on board. Ready, Sarah? Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for coming. I love doing the face-to-face stuff. So I do have a question for me.
I would like to know if there's a message, firstly, and then secondly, I feel like in the past couple of weeks, I feel like people are putting negative energies out there about me, and I'm just wanting to know if that is true.
Okay.
Like it's just a funny feeling that I've got.
Do you think that that it's affecting you?
Like it's just really.
Is it negative talk? Do you think, or
just negative energies? Even like a hex or something crazy like that. Like it's really quite strange.
So is that part of your belief system? Are hexes and curses and things like that?
Yes.
Okay, let's have a look at that. First of all, I'll give you a card, and then I'll have a look at your energy. I'll tell you a story. I'll do this first, and then I'll tell you a story. So here we got the Page of Swords. So yes, there are words around. You see, this is a god that means nothing. Okay, so it's just like silly. It's just blah, off the tongue and gone. So these words are not touching you. These thoughts, these ideas are not touching you. They're just like gusts on the wind. Does that make sense?
Yep.
But I want to have a look at your energy and just see what it is that's blocking. So let's have a look. Yeah, I can see now. I could do a whole show on this. So I can see where there's a stuck energy in your aura. So, however, I'm not going to call it anything that's in your aura. It is like a rigid thought pattern. It's represented by a person. Does that make sense? So that's how I work, right? So you could call it a hex, or you could call it a curse, or you could call it something that's been placed there, but it is something that is sort of sitting. It's like it's a rigid belief system that's sort of sitting there. Not about hexes and curses, but there's something there. And every time you feel the energy ripple around you, where you know that something's not okay, it taps into that old experience or that old trauma. It sits in your aura. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And of course, so when we talk about energy coming at us, all we are doing is that we are reading all the energy around us, but because we can't interpret what it means, we can feel what do they call that? The ripple in the force? You can feel the change in the force, but you can't really work out what that change is. So our mind is only very limited. We can only make it up what it could be. So that's, and our minds are really wild with it. But having said that, once upon a time, I remember having a healing. This is like way back in the early 90s, and we were doing group healings and things like that. The lady next to me, I used to go to these healings and think, I'm going to bliss out, fabulous. The lady next to me was having a healing and she would not shut up, right? And I'm in my head going, just shut up. My head saying that, right? Next thing the healer said, oh my goodness, you've got a blue band of energy around your throat. And I went, oh my God, my thoughts created that blue band of energy around her. And I thought, well, okay, so yes, thoughts can actually affect us. However, I really believe that when we are open to it, it will come and get us. And when we strengthen ourselves and become self-aware, then those sorts of things can't affect us anymore. We can actually ward them off. So the only way that I would say to you, this is coming from my belief system, if you want to ward that off or protect yourself from it, know who you are and allow yourself to be who you are, because then nobody can touch you. So
No, that's
the
right.
only thing
Yes.
that touches us are our fears, that they leave weaknesses in our aura,
Okay.
I'll leave that with you. Okay,
Thank
my
you
love.
so much.
You take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, now we got Beck. Hi, Beck. Are you still there?
Still here.
Oh, there you are. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Just 1 minute, everybody. I'm going to put this in the comments again. If you want to jump the queue, put this into copy and paste into your browser. I'm using Chrome, so you can come and talk to me live. So, Beck, back to you. Do you have a question?
Yes, I feel like I'm moving, but I'm unsure when, and I'm unsure if I'm moving into share accommodation or a place on my own.
Okay, so this is about moving house, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have a look. Feel really stuck where you are, right? There's a real
Yep.
sort of, don't like that energy there. At the moment, I feel like you want to move. So that's really the first thing that you're getting your head around. Whenever I go into your energy when it comes to moving, I still feel stuck. I feel like I'm stuck there.
Yep.
So there's no movement around moving.
Okay.
However, because you've got that in your energy, in your mindset, it's got to start stirring up the pot, stirring up the energy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so it could be some time away, not just necessarily.
Yes, it feels like it, right? It just doesn't feel like right now. It just feels, it's still like you're sort of stuck where you are right now. But I get that real sense that because you're thinking it, you're creating the what do you call it? The atmosphere or the opportunity.
Manifesting it.
Manifesting it. There you go.
Oh,
Front of mind. So here you go, King of Wands. He's a real estate guy, straight up. He's a real estate guy. So yes, big fat yes about moving. Whenever the King of Wands can represent a real estate agent.
okay.
Cool. That's about meeting the right agent, not so much about moving. Does that make sense?
Okay, because I thought
Finding the right place.
Could also
Beg your
mean
pardon?
Yeah, it could also mean the right place or the right person.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Share house, right? Right person. Yes. So if it's a share house, it'll be the person that runs the house, whoever is the leader of that.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to say, just getting rid of that it's whenever I go into your energy, it's just still stuck, right? So I can't seem to shift out of that
I've been unwell, so it's not going to like happen next week.
No. But I was going to say you're going to move because it's already in your energy and in your thoughts. So you're going to create it. Absolutely. Everything's shifting already. I can feel that definitely. Like that shift, that breaking away of old thoughts.
Yep.
Cool bananas. All right. Talk to you soon. Talk to you next week.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. I'm going to bring Kylie on board. Here we go. Hey, Kylie, welcome. How are you?
Hi.
Let's get some,
I'm surprised.
let's
Thanks.
get some energy going. Ask me a
I wasn't
question.
sure that I'd get a turn, but I'm kind of stuck in every aspect of life, be it love hasn't been there in a long time. Job is still, I'm not working, no business. Family, am I going to be alone all my life? Like, I don't know which subject to touch in, but everything is just so slow and I just have no energy. So I'm
Okay,
not
let's
sure
have a
what's going
look.
to come first, and would there be love, or would I get married this year? Like, yeah, I think that's something that I
So do you
want
have,
first.
are you not in love yet?
No.
Okay. I'm going to tune into your energy first. It's a lot of stuff that's going on for you.
Right.
So, have you run away from a wedding once before?
Have I been in for a wedding?
Sorry,
Yes.
have you run away from a wedding once before? Have you walked away from a wedding
No.
or engaged? No?
No.
Or somebody serious? No? I just see it in your energy. Just bear with me. All right. So new beginnings. The Fool is your card. So let's have a look at what that means. That means leaving something behind, leaving safety behind, and taking some chances. So just when I go into your energy, it's like this trail of stuff that you're dragging behind you. Does that make, you know what I mean? Like your past. I was just
Yes.
wondering whether you had run away from somebody before, run away from a situation before, but you're still dragging it all behind you. So whatever it is that you know that is your safety zone, the Fool is saying you're walking away from that. So whatever you consider to be, it's not that you have to be unsafe, but whatever you consider to be like your comfort zone will be challenged. And once that's challenged, life will start to unstick for you.
Right.
What do they say? Doing things in the same way creates the same set of circumstances, but doing things in a different way is going to shake that energy up for you. So the Fool energy says about taking chances, about leaving the womb. He's leaving the cave, the womb, and so leaving all of those old old ways of doing things behind.
Right.
So that's when I looked in your energy. It's like this whole trail of everything
Yes.
that's coming behind you.
Yeah.
I think that that's a big ask to, like, new job, new love, all of that. That's a really big thing to make big changes around. That requires incremental rather than one big huge shift. It's about opening things up very, very, like, and not slowly, but one thing at a time. Look at what's actually in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay. So sometimes we think we need to be married when actually we need to change house. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or sometimes we think we need a new job when actually our relationship is not working for us. So it's about looking at what direction. What's the first thing that you need to do for yourself? What's the first step? So anyway, let me just pull one card. What is the first step for you? Rather than let's look at everything all at once. Maybe that's what the Fool represents, the first step, yeah? He is a first step on the Fool's journey. All right, what is your first step? Is it look at what your plans are. Look at what it is that you're wishing for. You've got the Star card, right?
Yeah.
See, that's the story of Pandora. She's letting go of all of the world's ills. That's letting go of the past. All of the things that don't work for you, you're letting go, you're running away from. That's what's going to help you and free everything up. If you can have everything you want.
Right.
And it's just that knowing what it is that you want, you just don't know what you want yet.
Right. Yeah. That's
So.
right. And I need to release all the past attachments, which has been quite hard to get over it. And
Yes. Yeah.
But I
It's
am
true.
talking to a couple of, I do keep talking to people, but it just doesn't, the outcome is never good. And
Is this about love?
yeah.
Then if that's the case, then it might be work that you need to sort that is your priority right now rather than love.
Okay. Yeah.
So look at that first. It would just it'll take a lot of working with you to work through all those things. I couldn't do it in one card, right?
Yeah, sure.
But it's about taking the first step and what you need to do. It's about sorting out what your priorities are and what it is that you're letting go and what it is you want to take with you into the future. And it's as broad as that. There's no real one thing. It's what you decide that you need right now.
Okay.
And what you'd like to pursue rather than being out of your control.
All right. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah? Anyway, thank you for joining me.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, so we have Karen. Welcome, Karen. It's your turn.
Hi. Thank you for joining me.
How can I help you?
Okay, so we have Karen. It's your turn.
So, Karen, how can I help you?
How can I help you? Just have a reading, yeah?
Okay, I'm going to turn your mic off while I talk to you. Otherwise, I'm getting feedback. So just bear with me.
So, Karen, how can I help you?
All right, so I'm going to give you a general reading and then I'll put your mic back on for you. All right, so I'm going to tune into your energy first. So I love it that like your physicality is on a bit of a health kick at the moment. You're getting your energy back. You're getting your physicality back. I feel like I feel physical energy happening for you at the moment. I've now, if you're thinking about being on a health kick or doing something to improve that side of things, but I can feel your body rebuilding itself, which is good. Once you like having that that clear body gives a clear mind. Not going to heal everything. It's just that you're getting more in touch with your body. But let's pull a card for you. Oh, we've got this card here. Talk about letting go of the past. This is actually working out what it is that you want to keep in your life and what it is that you want to let go. So really, you're doing a big detox at the moment. Your energy is about detoxing.
Oh, we've got this card here. Talk about letting go of the past. This is actually working out what it is that you want to keep in your life and what it is that.
Oh, sorry about that, Karen. Can you hear me okay? So I'm going to leave that one with you because there's too much. There's a lot of feedback happening with this feed. So
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
better
I'm
now.
going to leave that one with you because there's too much. There's a lot of feedback happening with this feed. Yeah. So okay. Thank you, Karen. I'm so sorry. It's just too hard to do that with the feedback. But thank you for joining me. Okay, so I'm going to do Casey now. Casey, welcome aboard.
Hi, how you going?
I'm well, thank you. Do you have a question?
What can I expect in the coming weeks?
Okay, and this week, did you say, or the weeks?
Just in the coming weeks. Yeah, weeks.
Okay. Let's see. So I've got there's a like in your energy, there's like a real, I want to say sort of peed off energy. Like you've got this real so that's creating a no more mucking around with giving people not giving people but compromising on situations. You're actually now taking charge of everything. There's no more compromising around you because I can feel it. You're really pissed off, right? Excuse my language, but and it's a good it's helpful for you. I just think that like your mind has been probably a little bit addled because you're trying to be okay with, you're trying to make it okay for everything and everybody around you. And so it's not really helping you move forward for yourself. There's like a lot of energy going out, but you're just getting a bit annoyed with that. And so now you're focusing your thoughts. So pull a card for what energy is around you in the next couple of weeks. I like it really, like not just like for home life as well as work life, right? So it's like you're putting your foot down at home and you're putting your energy into work. Does that make sense? It's more about, this is more about you. Well, all right, so this card jumped out, the sacrifice card. What do I need to do? It's pretty much not so much like, it's not so much that you're you have to give things up, but you've really felt like you've sacrificed, you've waited long enough. And so it's a little, this card does represent there's a little bit more of a weight, but that attitude that you've got going is going to clear the way for you. So this tells me that also too, karmically, you've been sort of held back about moving forward. So it's not really anything that you've done particularly. You've sort of had to stay in that one place. And now that you're like, you've got your motor, you've got everything revving, you're going to move forward. You really need to stay in one place, I feel, looking at sitting in your energy so that you can decide what your priorities are. I think you had to be annoyed enough to decide, well, you know what, I can't keep spreading myself that thin. I don't know. Is it that you've got a son at home? I keep getting a little boy. You got a boy?
Yeah, I do. I've got a 12-year-old son.
Okay, yeah, because I keep my thoughts keep going to him, or you know, your energy keeps going to him. So, and as much as he's a priority, I really feel like that he's in a point, and your relationship is at a point now where you don't have to give as much attention to him, and you're sort of gearing yourself up to be over here for you, and he can manage for himself a little bit more. Yeah, so he keeps coming in my head into your energy all the time.
Yeah, I've got
So,
two kids, but yeah, I have always thought I need to do more for myself and not so much for them.
Yeah, I don't know why your boy keeps coming in, but he does. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, no, it all makes sense.
Thank you for joining me. Thanks, Casey.
Thanks, Vicki.
Bye. Okay, so now I'm going to bring on Rosanna. Are you ready, Rosanna? Woohoo!
Yes.
Let's do it.
Hi.
So, how can I help you? Hi.
Hi. I'm just basically wanting to know that papers that I'm signing in the next few days, what do you see in those?
Okay.
And the diamond.
All right, so I'm going to pull some energy. Pull some cards around the energy around this. Beg your pardon?
And anything on love.
Okay. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll tune into your energy and just see like what the if there's any blocks, whatever hold-ups are around everything. Okay.
Yeah, I'd be interested in that. Thank you.
So for you, like this is your message at the moment. Like this is more about you. It's like you're very worn out. So there's a lot of like there's not enough energy. Like you don't have enough to give to everything that you want to give in your life at the moment. So and life has been really slowing down, and you're at that end point where you're done. You've had enough. So that always tells me that not quite rock bottom, but it's nearly there. That means you can bounce up once you sort of hit that space. Now, but yeah, a lot of things are really slow around you. Slow pace, slow going, slow to work themselves out. Okay. So anything that's whether it's paperwork, whether it's work, whether it's life, love, all those sorts of things, everything is just it's like it's doing its own thing. There's nothing that's really more that you can do to create something, manage something, control something. All of that's in its own space. It's like it'll just take care of itself. So any more attention that you are giving to it, you are taking away from you. And so now it's about you're going to start building up your own self. There's really, I just get this sense every time I go into your energy, it's like, well, I've got to sort of sit here and wait and worry about this and think about that and do all of that. And then you feel like you're missing out on stuff. And it's actually not draining you, pulling you down further, down further, down further. So let's put first, so I predict that you are just going to say bugger it and just let that be. It'll let it sort itself out, and you're going to start having some fun for yourself and looking for fun. That's how I feel. However, you haven't quite got to that point, that rock bottom point just yet, and I'm really sorry about that. But that rock bottom point's not always the worst place to be. It's always the best place to be, because we surrender control at that point, and it's like, you know what, I don't care anymore. It's whatever will be, will be. And that's really, truly a really strong spiritual space to be in, because everything is just, it doesn't matter anymore. But let's pull a card around the paperwork. It's very unclear. We've got the page of wands, I should say. So there's like a lot of still unclear things around it, but it's heading in the right direction. So it may be a little bit of still some more negotiation, or if there's some more talking to do, or some more elements to bring into it before it becomes clear. But it's heading in the right direction, simply because the wands are sitting there. It's not sitting stagnant. The page of wands is very much a moving forward card. It's just you don't have all the info. As for love, let's see. Until you got the energy back and your attention back, and enjoying things and enjoying life and looking forward for yourself, even if you might meet the perfect man tomorrow, you just wouldn't recognize him. You just pass him in the street, so you wouldn't even see him. But here we go. Sorry, there we are. So this is about getting your mind back and your thoughts back. It's like making up your mind that this is how you want to be. So life is pushing you forward in that direction. Like, no, it's like no more. You're not floundering anymore. Life is pushing you forward in that direction. So, and you're getting your mind back. Yeah. Anyway, I'll leave that with you. Thank you for joining me. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so I'm going to bring Janine on board. Hello, Janine. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Do you have a question for me?
Oh, no, not really. Just what you can see for me coming up.
Okay, let's have a look. Okay, let's see. Oh, your mind is just going 10 to the dozen right now. What's going on there? What's going on there? Like you start up to your mind. Right. You know what, Janine? I really feel that you're ready to just explode into your life, right? You're just ready to take charge. And there's something that's freed up around you, or starting to free up around you. I think that's why your mind is going 10 to the dozen, because all of a sudden it's free. So something's let go, and something is like made sense to you, or something. So all of a sudden your mind is crowded with all these different possibilities and thoughts and blah, 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 blah. So everything's up here. I would suggest to do some breathing and bring that energy down into here to quieten the mind down, because all of your physicality and everything's going to go to feed the thoughts, right? So, and you're going to get really tired and go, I can't do anything. But your life feels like it's bubbling, and you're ready to have some fun. So you've got fun around you. You've got like excitement around you. Are you ready to step into that, Janine? Are you ready for some fun?
Starting to, yeah.
Yes. So once this mind starts going, once you start managing that, like you don't have, like I'm not telling you have to do this, right? But your mind is like, yeah,
it's always like that. It's always going.
But what happens is that all of your attention, all of your energy is going up to here. Now you never shut the mind down, because otherwise our body would stop working, right? But you can certainly decide where your energy goes. So if you'd like your energy to be in fun, you can direct those thoughts to say, show me some fun, rather than all of your energy feeding the thoughts. Does that make, you know what I mean? Like you start channeling it down this way rather than channeling everything up that way. And then you'll start to recognize the fun that's around you. But let's pull a card for you. Oh, Ace of Wands. There we go. There's that energy. There's that new beginning. And it's like you're ready to just go and explore. So there's nothing more that is required of you other than take that first step. This is an adventure. The next step is the adventure for you. So then that's that creative spark or that creative part of you. That's where your mind is gone, because all the possibilities have opened up. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, I'll leave that with you. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Have a good night. Bye.
Okay, so I'm going to bring Nikki on board. How are we going for time? Cool. 55. Okay, Nikki, are you there?
I'm here.
Hello. Would you have a question for me, Nikki? How can
Yes,
I help
actually,
you?
I would like to know about my spiritual and psychic gifts, and also mainly about a friendship I'm struggling with. Know the future of this friendship, please. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm going to tune into your energy first, and let's have a look at how you're managing that psychic side of things for yourself. Let's see. I can see there's still when I go into your energy, Nikki, it's really vulnerable, and I really feel like that your heart gets hurt really quickly. So your vulnerability is right there. Your that tells me that your sensitivity is quite open. Like your psychic awareness and your sensitivity is quite open. That would create a lot of anxiety, because every time that you feel energy around you, your mind will probably shooting off, trying to work out what that means and trying to read it, trying to control it. So every time something comes near you or someone comes near you, or there's as I said to somebody earlier, a disturbance in the force, it crushes you. So it's really it's like it's almost too much. So it's when I see you just like your heart's really lovely and beautiful and loving and all that and all those beautiful things, but it's just sitting there in a little bit of fear, even like you're a little bit frightened of it. So you're not really. I really feel like that either you've had a bad experience, or just the only reason I can discern, this is my own speculation, something has happened that's traumatized you when it comes to working in this energy, or it's just every time you open up, here we go, my throat's going right. So yeah, something's, it's like your this is the mediumship center, the chatting with spirit or channeling spirit, it's opening up. So that's really can be really, really strong. I would recommend that you find somebody to help you work through that. It's not something that you can do on your own. And so it's just to have a little bit of support until you're sort of on your feet and you know that you have control of it, if that makes sense. That it's not controlling you. It's not controlling you. You just think that it's controlling you. You always have control of it. But I'm going to pull a card for you about your friend.
Thank you.
Here's your intuition. Your intuition is telling you that whatever your intuition is telling you about your friend, whatever your body is telling you about your friend or your friendship. So when you're around this person or this friendship, do you feel ill or sick?
I mean, for 10 years, let's say, it was the best thing ever. But in the last 2 months, I feel anxiety.
There you go. That's because something has changed. Your intuition has grown stronger. And that's because you've changed and they haven't. And so you're ready to move away from that friendship. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just all it's doing is altering its dimensions. That's all.
Thank you.
So you'll find someone to help you work through that. You can come and see me if you want to, but you might have somebody that you prefer. Now, I'm looking at the time. I have to wind up, but I see there's still Connie and Michelle. You guys wait there. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to wind the show up, but I'll still do a reading for you. And I'm going to say goodbye to you, Nikki. Thank you so much for joining me.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So I'm going to wind everything up, but Connie and Michelle, stay on the line. I'll give you a reading. I do have to go. So thanks again, everybody, for joining me. And same bat time, same bat channel next week. Bye.